Sean Katina.
Yep.
We're here again, second day for
Believe it
YouTube
or not.
Live, bringing you the last hour of the trading session. It's been obviously a wild market today, up 3%. When we left our morning show at noon, we were sort of sliding back, trying to break that 8,800. Yeah, we took that bad boy out there, got up to 88.64, 88.65 or so, running to the upside. Already a lot of things to look at, but one I want to jump in to pretty much right away here. There was a halt on MEET. Possible deal news here was just looking speculation would come in maybe 500 million to be acquired at.
Yeah,
that would put it.
Neil's
if you could throw to my screen here, that would put it approximately $7.60 if that's true. Again, no specifics right now. They just reopened. Had traded up to 640. Was basically hanging out about 580. So we're gonna watch that one going in the last hour. Big volume spike. Obviously just came in there. As always, Sean, Brendan's going to be right here to get us all of that news. I'm sure once there's any kind of an update, Mr. Wickens himself is going to be able to get us any kind of info in terms of deal price or any specifics.
See you, Liz. She is out of here. So, yeah, it's 3 o'clock now, and one stock yesterday, we did have MindMend on the show. If you weren't joining us yesterday, make sure that you do every single day, 9 a.m. We had Kevin O'Leary, we had MindMend on yesterday, and look at this stock right here. Yeah, up 80% today.
Goodness.
So anybody that bought it yesterday, kaboom, congratulations. You can punch your ticket anywhere you want right now. MindMed up 80%. When they were here yesterday, Neil, this is what it kind of looked like. I'll move the chart over, bouncing around. It hovered around. It closes around 40 cents or so. The very bottom, when Kevin O'Leary was on the show, it was about 35, 36 cents. Got as high as close to 50 yesterday. And then today, we don't need to tell you what happened here. Breaks through that 50 mark and now 74. So, yeah, this stock is off. So I'll probably take a few shares here at some point. I just don't know when. But
kicking myself.
MindMed up and away. But we are also taking questions. So if you do have anything to talk about, hit us up on the chat. Make sure you smash that like button. Subscribe to the show. We're back every single day, 3 to 4 o'clock. Ask us whatever you want. We basically trade every single market that's open, including Brazil, Toronto,
anything and everything. New York, NASDAQ.
Formerly the American.
Oh, I say Amex, you say NYSE American, which of course it is. Brendan, our good friend, what do you got there, buddy?
Just watching Office Depot here, guys. Popped up on a volume scanner, big volume spike as we got to day highs there. Chicago Equity Partners LLC disclosing a large stake in Office Depot as of today, guys.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
I mean, certainly worth a look there. I mean, yeah, first question off the board here. Do we expect fireworks going into the close? I mean, look, Greg, ultimately, we've already seen that breakout through 8,800. We're holding close to the top end of the range. I kind of am suspecting that we're going to see a bit of a move here. I'm not going to lie, Sean, I actually tried shorting this market after not at 8,800. I tried shorting it after the 8,800 break. It got up to 88.50 to 60, came back in, did try a nice little short there. It actually got back, and we got some shares out, some contracts out at 88.08, and then got stopped out for the rest. And look, ultimately, you can see how strong it's been all morning long. That's why if you're going to take a shot, just make sure you got some risk parameters around. Otherwise, you're going to catch yourself run over.
Or trade the minis.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we have the ability to trade the micros, and I think I'm jumping into the micro futures a lot because whenever I try trading the Qs, the SPY, and I think it's psychological.
Yeah.
It's harder to hang on to it. I think it's because you get stuck up with the pennies here and there. I just find if you're trading futures contracts, you can be a little bit more flexible, easier to stick to your guns. Psychologically, really, it's all the same thing.
Yes, for sure, 100%. Definitely find out what's best for you guys and what fits your risk parameters. But I think, look, the Dow's up another 1,000 points today. So I mean, we used to be up 100, 150 points, and that was considered like a big day. But now we're at 1,000 again today. We've traveled a lot in the Dow Jones over the last week and a half. But we do have Valeria ready. What's up, Valeria?
Thanks, guys, and hello, everyone. I'll be leading the live chat as usual, so feel free and don't be shy to leave us comments and ask us questions. We're expecting a very interesting show today. Guys will be trading live as usual and explain their trading moves. Also, we'll be explaining some moves in the market and the latest news in the world of finance. So don't forget to subscribe and hit thumbs up. Back to you.
Right, exactly. Hit that thumbs up there. Oh, there. Hit that.
Oh,
look at that.
Go.
And okay. we made it pretty simple for you right there. Good job on.
If you can't figure that out.
Yeah, good job on the graphics there, guys. So let's
action. But
yeah, let's do a. Hey, this is something I like. This is me and Neil right now. We're in the weeds. We're looking for some opportunities right here. Where it looks like we're kind of like a little bit stoned there or something. I don't know. We have to figure out what about that graphic. But I want to look.
And we're selling the cannabis space. Well, we're not really. But we were trying to the last couple of days with Tilray.
Yeah, and right now cannabis is actually up and away. Let's go to Brendan quickly.
A couple of things to have a look at, guys, heading into the last hour here. IBIO just about to make a new high on the day. Some buyers coming in here above 230 on IBIO. 72 million shares on that one today. NVAX, one we were looking at the end of the morning, just breaking to the downside. So a couple of coronavirus stocks, one to the upside, one looking a little bit weak, guys.
Yeah, okay. I mean, actually, I was looking at NVAX a little bit in the afternoon. We talked about, you talked about the long there, and I'm looking at some of those coronavirus names coming in short side when the market is strong. You're definitely seeing that reflected in NVAX, NVAX. I'm looking for a VWAP shorts on this one. If we can get anything 1150 or so, I think we'll take it. We talked about that 8860. The top is 8864, something like that. On the NQ, I think that's going to be an interesting level. If you're tracking the ES, 3100 is right around the corner. Just to look, whichever one you want to be looking at. If you're tech heavy, maybe the NASDAQ, but got to know the levels. About to break the top off, it looks like, on either.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to go long through 168.50 on Softy here. It's got as low as it hit that VWAP 167.50. We're going to go long. There's nothing. I mean, the top side is 168.65. I like to play long on the 50 marks. So we'll take Microsoft and we'll see if we can't get that long. But right now, the futures, you can see this little bit of a roller coaster ride. It just went up a couple of 4 or 5 handles, now back down. This is just a 1 minute chart. You're going to notice here ESH20, right? So that's the symbol that we're on right now for the S&P 500. I'll continue to look at that. Neil will often mention NASDAQ 100 futures. So both obviously very important as the tech sector seems to be leading a lot of the way today. We're just going to find some opportunities. If there's any stocks you guys want to look at, I know Neil just has UNH best day in 11 years. We'll talk about why that is here. Airbus said to weigh, again, Airbus, it's just a coronavirus thing here. They're cutting production. You're going to see that from Boeing as well. You know what? The story's still out there. We're going to see. I'm not sure why the Dow and why the market keeps going up. This seems to be pretty scary. I talked about raising some capital today, but I'm just surprised here at this market.
The biggest updates come in bear markets, so certainly maybe that falls into that. But you talked about UNH there. We had Super Tuesday come through. We mentioned this in the morning show. Obviously, any weakness in Bernie Sanders' game is certainly going to be a boost to the healthcare sector. And UNH is back to up 10%. I tried this long a little bit earlier in the day. It had to make some fresh bottoms. It had to test 282. Oddly enough, that was a level. I was looking at 282 to 285 as a range. Nice bounce off there into 290. Yeah, Trader Prod, Brendan's workstation, I would call it highly functional. Beautiful, I don't know if that's the word. Don't get his head too big there. It's functional, it's organized, it's got a lot of things there that are useful to us, but it's definitely not beautiful. Come on, I don't know.
Eye of the beholder. We'll see.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, and that's the other thing, guys. Make sure that your workstations are obviously fit for you. I mean, we're looking at different things. Neil and I have a bunch of different screens up here. 3 screens to be exact, and I'm looking at 4. Yeah, I'm looking at 4 stocks at once, and then about 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 or 8 charts. So, okay, here we go, guys. The one thing here, Microsoft falling down right near that VWAP again. So there is a possible trade coming through here. Will the futures give back everything today? No, because we're up 3%. But we could continue to fall. We've seen the moves happen in the last hour before, in the last couple days. So get ready. We did talk about fireworks from Greg there. I think that there's going to be more of that coming, and we're going to look to take on a position very soon in either Microsoft or possibly even in Uber. Uber's up a little bit today. McDonald's, I see, is up. I've traded Beyond Meat earlier on in the day, and that was a very, very good trade for me. We were able to go long up here and then cash out. I mean, you can see this is my last long, 99.85. Got some out $1, about another $1 there, and then we had to drop the last little bit as it crushed back down below 150 cents. So right now, Beyond Meat is a nice little stock for us today. So it's a nothing burger. There we go. Watch this. there it is. Nothing. We get the Beyond Meat out of there. But yeah, cool graphics we have. And yes.
Yeah, I'm just jumping into some NVAX here, and I take a second look at this, and I sort of see this little bottom we had at 1130. If you want to go back to about 130, 140, and yeah, we can use that till about VWAP if we want to get frisky and get into a little something here. I mean, we just bounced off that 3090, back up towards 3,100. I don't want to get caught on the chance that there is a flush. You can see the trend off the top here. If this does want to flush to 11, I don't want to try and catch that bottom. I'd rather work into something here using that 1150 to 1160. You can see the range. So we're going to get some shares short at 26. We'll add in 30, maybe even some 50s if we get a chance here. Look to see if we can't catch a flush in NVAX going into the last 50 minutes of the trading session.
We're on a trading floor here, so if you do hear some action behind us, there's about 20 or 30 traders. I don't know if they're going to trade anything until the close, but we'll see. If the market starts to move, you will see some action happening behind us, and you may hear a few different things. Look, we're not going to put on trades just for the sake of it, but we are going to keep looking for some opportunities. Beyond Meat, I still do like this one, breaking above 100, maybe 101 right here. If we can get, you know what, let's look at that. If Beyond Meat can get above 101 right here, then we will take a long again to see if that little run happens for the rest of the day. But right now we're 50 cents away from that one. So we'll put our stop order in on Beyond Meat and see if we can't get a fill there as well, okay?
Yeah, I mean, one of the names we were looking at this morning and we've been talking about, if you watch the morning show for the last little bit, a lot of retail names have been getting beaten up, and we had earnings today on Urban Outfitters. You know, they're down 9%, was down almost 10%. Oops. Actually, I think they did hit barely into that SSR. The 2080 was the key price. I do see that as the low. I tried a short earlier, didn't really get the follow through that I wanted with it. It was solid, but another VWAP retracement did happen in the afternoon, and we're sliding back down towards those lows going into the close. So alert, watch out that 2080. Urban Outfitters is still under pressure. It really hasn't had too much of a bounce back. Brendan has got something for us.
Just watching this VTIQ, guys, this crazy SPAC listing today, 28% still, but finally coming up to some resistance here. It looks like at 15. We came back up to 15. Looks like it's going to fail, maybe test a little bit lower going into the close. VTIQ, big mover today.
BTIQ. Okay, let's take a quick look at that one and see if we can't find a spot for you guys. BTIQ, I guess, is going to be a NASDAQ name there. So let's go over and have a quick look at this. Is it? No, is it New York or is it Amex? That's fine.
No, it's NASDAQ
so
here.
mine's just not loading. Okay.
I got it up here, and sort of VTIQ. I mean, you got a nice trend to the upside.
My mistake.
I mean, certainly, look, if you draw a line here, you're going to sort of see if we break below this 1450. Right now we're at 1460. We break below there, you're going to run into some trouble. I'm working over this NVAX position, like I mentioned, getting some in at 1126. And if you're following along, you can kind of see our positions roll across the bottom of the screen. In addition to some profits, a lot of that, of course, is going to be trading throughout the session all day long. We've been trading, including live during our show, starting at 9 o'clock till noon. So NVAX here, I'm going to target in a few more shares in the 1130 range. Continue to work into this, but we're two handles away here on the NASDAQ. So 3,100, sorry, in the ES, 3,100 about to come in, and NASDAQ still about 15 handles away from that top. So we're still holding just below those highs. We're getting pretty close, though. We got plenty of time for this to still happen. 47 minutes left in the trading session for this Wednesday hump day.
Yeah, it is. Definitely is a hump day here. And Meat. So we did talk about that. Here it goes. Look, Zoom has been absolutely on fire. Meat there again. So we're going to see if Meat here can't feed us some winners. Obviously the Meat there. We're going to see if it goes above $7 here. We will take that long, but it looks like right now it's pulling back down. This is a possible takeover candidate there. We did get that halt, 650. Busts out all the way up to 7. Let's take that if it breaks down. The reason why, if you look at the daily chart here, and hopefully, yeah, it looks like this will work. It's been up to 7 exactly before, and that was just back on February the 20th. We got up to $7. So if we break that level, let's go nuts on Meat. I did want to look at AIM again.
Yeah, sorry, it's just worth noting there. If that 500 million is true, you are looking at about $7.60. So 7 even. Yeah, there's probably some room to run there. Could be an interesting level, like Sean said.
Yeah, we're just going to wait for it and see if that comes through. Okay, AIM, we were trading AIM today. It was definitely a great stock. So we catapulted our net for AIM earlier on today, getting long, breaking out. Now it's coming back down here. This was one of the blowout bottoms. We'll wait to see if that can happen again. 225 on the sell side. These are coronavirus names, so get your popcorn ready if some of those names do break. There's Codex. There's AIM, there's he just keeps on going.
NVAX,
INO.
INO was all over the place today. I want to talk about Nordstrom's. Why? Because we had a great short off this one. I know both of us were looking at this. 33 even. We had a 33.40 close as well. We actually got just barely back up to that price range. At about 245, so just a half an hour or so ago. Not quite into the 33 range, but I feel like if I'm going to be shorting anything at the top, why not take a stab here at a weaker name like a Nordstrom? So if we actually get a shot at this 33 even, I'm probably going to fade into a little something there. This worked earlier on in the session. Let's try it again going into the close with about 35 minutes left. So all I got on right now is that NVAX short, basically at the money. We're just short here right at 11.26. It's 25 on the bid.
Yeah, we traded Square. Square was our trade of the day. We were hammering that one, going short, getting out. Obviously, Square rips up. We were talking about it at $76. Right now, it's at 78 and change. I think there's a little high for Square today. It got as high as 79.40, 78.80 right now. We're going to go short, guys, when Square breaks the 78.70 number right here. If it does, remember, the futures are at day's high right now. 3,100 staring in the face. Not sure what the Dow is up. I can look behind me, but I think we're up nearly 1,000 points now on the Dow Jones. So watch out for that one as we go. But I do want to go short this name right now, Square, if it gets blown. I think that's part of the plan, right? You got to have a plan when you're trading. Make sure that these numbers come through. I'm still waiting for
Maybe the plan is not to get in front of this train, which is about to blow through the top. I mean, look, the thing is, have a plan as to what you want to do, like Sean said. The reason why I was looking at that Nordstrom trade to the short side, again, if you want to short, you don't have to short the market. You can find an equity that sort of fits the bill, gives you an entry point maybe off the top, and it's a little bit weaker, so you're more confident in it. I'm just looking at Luckin Coffee here. Obviously the recovery going on in China, it's ongoing, but there's still a lot of people that are not out and about and going back to work. Luckin doesn't care. We're brushing that one off here, up 7% on the session. But again, it's come off a little bit off of the top. And I think if you wanted to short a little something, uncertainty going in there, you could look at this 41 even area in front of the top. Certainly seems reasonable to me. One thing we do on a regular basis in the morning show, and we're going to continue to do that here, is update you guys what's important, what's coming up tomorrow. What do you have to plan for? One of the things you got to consider are catalysts, right? Earnings, always a big thing. I know we're trailing into the end of earnings season here, but always good to look forward.
We know there's Zoom.
Exactly. Let's go to the big screen and go to Brendan Wickens.
Yeah, we'll have a look at Zoom here in a second, guys. We'll talk about some things that are coming up either after market, there we go, after market today or before the open tomorrow. Zoom definitely going to be one of those right here. With Ballard Power, dualistic company, you can trade it here in Toronto or down in the US as well. Crescent Point Energy up here with BioCrest, Plug Power, Marvel, BJ's. We had Dollar Tree yesterday, so another one in that space. W&T, American Eagle, and Kroger, to name a few. Let's have a look at a couple of those. My tablet is not working, guys, so we'll have to check back in, but was going to show you a couple of these, BJ's and also Zoom. Zoom pretty weak today, guys, kind of grinding along the lows right now. Have a look at that one. Back over to you.
Zoom is weak? Okay, I'm going.
There you go. Basically said the magic words. It's a stock that I know we've both been interested in. Look, we actually use Zoom here on the show for a lot of our guests and interviews that we do, and we do them on a regular basis on the morning show, tradertv.live at about 11:20. We'll have all kinds of fantastic guests. Yesterday, I mean, you can't really beat it.
That was in studio.
Yeah, in studio, MindMed, and Kevin O'Leary himself, and of course also Josh Schmidt coming from Neo Exchange, who we have a great relationship with. We were talking with NASDAQ Canada. We do trade the Toronto markets. We do trade the U.S. markets as well. Within the company, we trade Europe as well. So, I mean, Europe obviously closed now, so you're not going to see us do that. But anything and everything, day trader, we're able to trade.
Yeah, no, and that's one of the best things about getting this direct access here. Okay, Zoom Media here. Report coming after market. We expect big things. And the reason why, guys, check the daily chart out here of Zoom Media. I mean, this was just $70. Obviously, it's a recent IPO as well, going back 2 years, but $70 back on the beginning of February, and bang, straight up. This is a coronavirus name. A lot of companies investing back into some of this work from home, teleconferencing business. Apparently, Zooms can't be beat. They have the technology and the infrastructure there in China, better than anything. Like Neil said, we do use it here and have had great success, better than Skype, better than the Google product as well. So we're really happy with Zoom. So we're going to go long, guys. 114. Look at this. This is the top here, and this is how we trade. Waiting for breakouts. 117.75. 114.75 zoom on the breakout. We're going to take that. I'm wondering if the futures are going to fade back in here the rest of the day. I don't know. It's near the highs, but Apple fading away from 300 as well. That's another name that we can look at. 299.50 right now is the Apple chart loading up. Look at this, man. Apple got as high as, that's still on Zoom.
That's okay. Sean, I want to jump back to NDAX here just because of a little break of the range that we're sitting in here at 1120 up to that 1135. Added to my position to the short side here. So we got 1118 is our price. We had a stop at VWAP. We're going to slide that up now. Use this range here at about 1135, 1140. That's the new stop. I'll be adding to it in the mid 20s if it gets up there. Looking for an 11 even break. You look at all morning long. We had a breakout through 1075 at about 10:15 and it was off to the races then. I'm looking for an 11 break down into that territory, sell off into the afternoon. Brendan, what do you got for us there, bud?
One we were looking at a little bit this morning, guys. OCUL continuing its move to the upside. Just made a new high on the day. Decent volume behind that. 16 times relative volume on this one. If you go out to the daily chart, you can see big giant volume bar. Positive news for them, guys.
I remember that one. I believe we came with that a little bit earlier on in the session. It's definitely going to be a mover. You know, sort of worth having a look. But I want to jump back at that MEAT, M-E-E-T. We're talking about that deal.
7 again?
No, it's continuing to come back down. That's sort of what I was looking at. There was some consolidation at 680. It's looking like it wants to sell back off. I mean, obviously, the longer you wait to get any kind of firm numbers there, whether it's amount of the deal or maybe not more than just speculation, you can start to see some selling off, possibly going into the close there, especially if that doesn't happen. I wouldn't expect it to come all the way back in. Worth noting, it halted at 644, so have a look to see if it gets to that price on the way back down. It could be an interesting point where maybe some buying steps up.
Yeah, you're right about that one, Marisa. Toronto, that is where we are located. And unfortunately, our Toronto sports team there yesterday, a swing and a miss. They lost 5-2 in San Jose yesterday. Okay, so Microsoft, we're still waiting for that 168.50. It's basically just stuck. We can get a little bit spicy if we really did like this long and go 168.20. But for right now, we're going to hold off on that one and see if we do have some upside, happening right now. You see Beyond Meat today. Good little trade for us throughout the day. I still am waiting for that one. And what we use here is stop orders. So I'm waiting for Beyond Meat to get going right now through 101. So there we go. We are now triggered. You see that little dot show up right here on the screen. We are now into Beyond Meat long 101.07. So we have some cool stock logos here. I'm actually going to throw up Beyond Meat. Here we go. Here's the Beyond Meat one. So no, did not work. Let's see.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, here comes the cow. So is the cow, what's he going to do? And there he goes. He disappears. He lands again because I hit it twice. Beyond Meat back into the game
that good.
right now. 101.07. We're going to look to see if we can't take off this top, obviously. Beyond Meat, we are now in the game. Let's get going and see. Whoa, here we go.
It's funny
Futures,
you asked that
time
there, Greg. Is there buy or sell interest? Well, I don't know. We just took out the top in the NQ. So
yeah, buddy.
88.65 goes to the top side. I was looking for this to happen and possibly give us an opportunity to get a flush in some of those coronavirus names. I was looking also to short in Nordstrom's, but that hasn't come in. I was also looking at that AIM stock. That's also looking very, very flattish. But market looking strong. Fresh highs just got put on here.
Yeah, exactly, Ed. So we're long Beyond Meat. Obviously, it's not moving the way some of these other crazier stocks would have when we were making new highs, but we still got this trade. We're going to see if we can't get some off on a breakthrough here, maybe 101.40. We'll see about it. Normally, we take a little more profit on these kind of trades, but right now, Beyond Meat not really moving around. So again, half hour till the end of the day. So the stocks may not want to move until that last 15 or so minutes, but get yourself positioned. Get an opinion on the market, and let's see if we can't make some money.
Yeah, exactly. And sort of looking at that Nordstrom's, you get that pop in the futures, and we're looking to try to work into something to the short side in this relatively weak name. We have that 33 to even to 33.30 area, so we're going to jump into some shares here and try to work in position. I want something in the average price range of 33.10 or so. If it were to break, ideally you slip into some shares and work in, and it just immediately goes for you. That's not always the case. We have our risk set. We know where the high of the day is. Not that hard to figure it out. This closed at 33.44, so you can just use that price as your reference.
Yeah, JWN's a great trade. Neil talked about that as we made that earlier. But here we go. Okay, so Beyond Meat's 13 pennies in the money. It doesn't seem like that much, obviously, but right now we are heading to the top side. Beyond Meat's been in a range, man, 180 cents and 199 cents. So it's been in a 20-cent range. So now we have, a little bit of that on board right here. Let's see if this can keep getting to the top side. Around 101.40 is where I'd like to get that out at. I don't know if that's going to happen. If we zoom this back out, you see here at early on, every time I zoom it goes the other way. Here it is right here. 101.34 is the high of the day. So let's see if Beyond Meat wants to look at that today. If it does, we'll be good. Futures making a new move up here. I may short Microsoft, man, because it's not taking off.
Yeah, Sean, with this move that we're seeing, it's worth noting some strong names. We've been looking at Uber up 4%.
Yeah, here goes
well,
Softy.
maybe we should have been looking at Lyft today up 9%. And forget, I kind of prefer Uber usually, but today it's Lyft, the one that's absolutely running. And watch out, you got a level here 40, 50. If it takes this one out, could make a run to the high going into the close. But I think Brendan's got something for us. What do you got there?
You guys were talking about UNH there. Healthcare stocks as a group leading this rally this afternoon. They're up 5%. Another one to have a look at here, CNC 15%, just broke 62 there on decent volume. Obviously after Super Tuesday, healthcare stocks doing very well, guys.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about this, the healthcare names. It's just insane what they're doing here. And, I got to be honest, I'll plead it's a bit of a mistake here to have not seen a lift and the strength that it did make. If you want to look back, right at about 1 o'clock, you get this fantastic break. And then look at how well this level holds at 39.50 pretty much the entire session. So, look, if you're looking to fade this and it does fail at 40.40, maybe the futures run out of steam, you're certainly probably looking at 39.60, 50 area. But the futures have not run out of steam.
No.
Fresh highs, 88.80 on the NASDAQ.
Hit the air horn, guys. We're in
going.
three positions
That's what it's
right
all
now,
about.
guys. So there it is. Boom! Goes the dynamite catapult. Microsoft, we take 168.50. We're long. It's at 64.65 there. We floss a little bit of that off. Okay, we're also into Zoom Media right now. That's a 30 penny winner, so hit the home run here. We want more, of course. We're going to wait above 115. See if we can't get up here. 115.20 to the new high on Zoom. Here goes Microsoft. We're in that one. We're in Beyond Meat. You can see, bang, Beyond Meat right there. Microsoft in, this is JWN. Microsoft, we're in 68.50. Zoom, we're in. Let's just wait to see what happens now. The market could fade back in. Who knows? But right now we are at day's high, breaking that 31.07 and still going. So let's hope so. That's the case, as we are in 3 longs right now.
Yeah, probably not the good reason there, Scott, to be shorting a stock just because you had a bad ride from a Lyft driver. But technically speaking, if you did at the moment we brought it up, yeah, you're in the money 10, 15 cents. I'm actually looking for it to break this 40.40 to the upside. It's been so strong. Certainly, I think that's a nice little level. You can sort of see it here. So we got our stop order ready to go. 40.40, about 40.42 is kind of the random price there. That will break to the long side, but 15 pennies away from it right now.
Just looking at some Microsoft action here, as this is the problem. It's not moving that much. So, when you get into a position, you got to make sure that it's kind of the right one. And right now, 168.50 is where we're long, and we're going to see if we can't get this back up. It's only up 2.4%. The market's up 3.6%. But that leads me to think that if the market does fade back in, Microsoft may go back down with it. But Zoom Media, again, that's 20 pennies in the money, but we're not going to take that on a $115 stock. And then Beyond Meat, we're long 101.07 on this one. Again, it's having some problems getting by this little high here of 101.24. We're basically in at the high of the day on every stock, but that's what you have to do when the market is also at a high of the day. So we're going to see, man, get going. Here goes Beyond Meat. You know what? Let's fly. There it is. Bang! We take some out there. We do not want to get slaughtered. Beyond Meat.
Pigs don't want to get slaughtered.
No, exactly. We take a quick 25 cents on that one. We are going to wait to see if Softy gets into the 60s here. We'll take a quick maybe 15 pennies on that. Beyond Meat continuing to go up. We'll see if it needs to break the day's high, guys. 101.35. If it does that, we'll get out a little bit before 50 and see if we hold the rest for the rest.
Absolutely, and a quick little reload
thingy.
there in NVAX. But our good friend Brendan is at the big screen. Let's see what he's got going for us over there. So let's go quickly to Brendan at the big screen.
Half an hour to go, guys. Let's have a look at North American markets here. You can see definitely back to the upside today. Nice 3.5% move for the S&P 500. The Dow 3.8%. We mentioned this morning, we're noticing that the Dow 30, we're leading. So still that 3.8% number there for the Dow. NASDAQ not far behind here, 3% as well. Russell small caps about 2.4%. Here in Toronto, the TSX 1.8% to the upside. So a nice day. Top to bottom, very, very positive numbers. Let's have a look at an early look at some closing imbalances courtesy of Catone and Company. So far, iTub, this one was here yesterday as well. Little Brazil ADR with a buy imbalance, 1.4 million. HPQ, we have Coke, we have IR, SLB, MCK, to name a few, down to about 500,000. BMY here as well at 437,000. Mostly, guys, nice to see, on the buy side. There are some sells, but most of these on the buy side today. Back over to you.
Yeah, like you said, it's a pretty strong market. We've been talking about the fact that we just took the top off. And again, we're still hanging around those highs. Just looking at 88, 84.
Oh, yeah, by the way.
On the market. Look, ignore those wicks on Sean's chart there. You can see 168, 68 continuing to the upside.
Your boy is back. We are here, guys. Look at this. I've given you guys 3 trades, 3 winners. Microsoft now at 168.70. That's 20 pennies. You're welcome. Beyond Meat is now a 65 penny winner. So you hit the confetti. We are going nuts here. This is a big trade. Beyond Meat 101.07. We got long. We talked about taking that out at 25. Then I told you we'd get some out at 50. And here goes the runner, guys. That's a 70-cent winner right there for you live on the show. Chicken dinners all around. Microsoft also a nice little winner. We talked about taking that one through 168.50. Guess what? We do this every day at 9 o'clock. And apparently, we're back now at 3. And this is the move that we're making. 3 positions, 3 winners for you. You're welcome.
Forget about the 3/8 account. If you know Nick Leeson, you've probably heard of that. Talking about 4/8, and that's where we're at in the NASDAQ. Just took a break here in Square. You can see 79.25, a nice little level we made at about 230. Take that little breakout to the upside here. Obviously, it did get as high as 79.50. That'd be the next leg. So jumping into that long trade, still working with that index. Basically at the money here in the 11.25 range. So that one's sleepy right now. Yesterday, fantastic shorting some of those coronavirus names in the afternoon. Immediately there goes Square, and we like this one to the upside. It just sort of broke. Let's see what we can do here into that 79.50. I'll take some out for that quick little scalp. I want to hold and maybe even add some if we take out 79.50, that key level, and watch out for 8,900. I feel like that's where you want to hold on to your longs if we take that out in the next couple of minutes.
And here goes Microsoft, bang it out again. That's the top. We take that out a little bit, catapulting our net. Look, we just keep getting bigger and better. Beyond Meat's a 75-cent winner. That's ripping up higher right now, up 6.5%. Zoom Media is chilling out. That's the sleepy one for us right now. What's up, Brandon?
Big monster print on Stitch Fix, guys. Check out this volume bar that just came in as we broke the top up here on Stitch Fix. 5% for this thing today. We're at interesting levels here on the daily chart, 23 even. Definitely sport for Stitch Fix this morning, right at day highs now, guys.
Stitch Fix, okay. Certainly going to add that one to the list. I mean, we've been tracking a lot of different names today. It can get overwhelming. Certainly know what you want to play. Have your key areas, have your key levels. I do want to jump back for that meat stock. I have been sort of watching this one, hoping it would give you any kind of a flush into that 650. That doesn't happen. So as it's leveling off here at that 670 area, maybe we get a retest of $7 even. We did talk about that 760 potential, theoretical price that's sort of being thrown around there online. Either way, I might take a quick little stab here that we retest that with the long. You get the market heading up, which can't hurt any kind of buying speculation when there's a deal happening that the market is going to be up. So we'll jump into that one. Squares are working in the money for us already, working its way towards that 79.50 area. We'll jump into Meat in front of the 670.
And guys, we're just going to do another look here. We'll give you our position board right here. You can see all of our positions at the bottom. I'm going to flash mine up now so you guys can see exactly what we do have. So here goes Beyond Meat. We're long at 101.07. That's a 56 penny winner right now. Microsoft's bouncing around. It's 25 right now, but was up as high as 30. And Zoom Media flat. We're down 10 cents right now, but the spread is like 10 cents. So we're going to see Zoom. Though I'm nervous about Zoom because they do report, right? And so
yeah, you have to watch out.
You're kind of playing with the devil a little bit in case somebody does get some words about it, but we're just going to hold this one. It's a very light position. I'm not going to put on anything big into earnings. We're going to wait. If this breaks down below 114, then we will get out. So I think 75 cents, well worth the risk on Zoom. It was in the money 20 cents for us. We decided not to take that. I talked about why there for you. So we are now almost out of our Microsoft. We take it all out. We're holding still now, I think it's, how much are we holding? 10% of our position right now left as we take it all out for 20, 30 penny winners. So right now, Microsoft coming back to the downside right now. But make sure you guys, hit our like button, hit the subscribe button, come back every single day. Here we go,
Anything you
Microsoft.
want to chat about, certainly throw it in there. If there's any names that you think are interesting that we're not talking about, jump in and let us know. Just a bit of a move to the downside in that NVAX position. So starting to work back in the money for us, looking for that retest of 11 even. But we're looking for Brendan. What do you have for us, buddy?
Another one running into the close, guys, and I mean running. 645 here on Green Sky, up to 680. Big time buyers stepping up on this thing as well. Had earnings aftermarket yesterday. Big volume coming into the downside. Bit of a recovery today for GSKY, guys.
GSKY, okay.
GSKY.
Always looking for different names, and we'll have to look at GSKY, but it doesn't matter because your boy's flossing right now. You can see Microsoft back to its highs right now. We're long 51 right now. It's at 90, so there you go. There's a winner for you right there as well. Beyond Meat still trying to bounce around, man. We stopped at that 102 mark, so that one's fading back in. Zoom Media finally starting to get going here. We're back into that 20-cent winner range. We're parked up here. We'll see if we can get a winner on Zoom Media if this does get back up through 115.
If you're wondering why we slowed just a little bit in the market here to the upside, it's because we're about to take that 8,900 on the NQ. So of course you get a little bit of resistance down up there. So we're about to take it. We're just like pennies away, ticks away. ES is tracking towards 3120. So make sure you're looking at some of those long positions going into the close. Have some targets. If you want to be an adder in case we take the top off, fantastic. But don't let it reject this level and then sort of get caught with your pants down. I think that would be sort of throwing the money away if you already got a great long.
Come on, Zoom, let's go, guys. Right now, 18 cents in the money on this one, 25 cents in the money on Microsoft, and 25 cents. Hey, why is it all 25s? All 25 cents in the money right now. All three positions that I have. We're waiting for Zoom. Let's go, guys. If we can get this back up here, we've got the shares on board right here. Maybe I'll take some out. It's bouncing right here off 25. I'm waiting at 24, so we're going to see if that can get a new high for this range right now on Zoom. Is that the high of the day? No, sir. We were up here 116.50, so a lot of room to zoom this stock up. 25 cents. Look at Microsoft right now, back into the 30-cent profit range here. I'm going to hold on. We're already very, very strong on Microsoft, one of the top stocks today. So we hit the confetti. We're going to hold on to this one, see if it wants to get going. The ES is up 4%. The ogres are in control. They keep going up, and away. Here we go. Zoom Media,
Tim,
guys.
you're talking about that green sky. It's a great breakout, but make sure you look at that daily chart just to see where this bad boy's come from. It's from $15, $16 back into last year. So that, yeah, it's bottoming out and making a nice little move up. But watch out for this $7 area. It was a bit of a support area. If we can break through that, I think you'll get some continuation. Maybe tomorrow, maybe at the end of the day today. But worth a look. Always get that higher time frame when you look at these charts.
So imagine this. You log in and you just follow what I do. 40 pennies on Zoom right now in the money. 40 pennies on Microsoft in the money. 55 pennies in the money right now on Beyond Meat. We've taken 3 trades, all 3 winners. We are now riding them higher, higher, higher. There's Zoom. That's why we hit the siren. Rain in the money. Let's catch it. Let's catch it. Here we go. The money is coming in right now on Zoom Media. We take that out. Look where we're long, 114.80. We get out 115.20 right there. That's a smooth 40 cents. The nets are growing higher, higher, higher. Brendan Wiggins.
Another one going into the close here, guys. McCormick, MKC, 2.4%. Look at this volume that's coming in here. We broke 153, immediately up to 153.75. They don't report until the end of March. So, a lot of buying coming in heading towards the close, guys.
Bye-bye, Softy.
Yeah, absolutely worth a look at that one. But that meat stock, it is sort of trending back to the upside here. Still no speculation, but it is bouncing off that 670. I'm not going to get out of this. It either breaks that low or it makes a run to 7 even. It's a binary thing for me. So going to hang on to this one to the long side. We still have that NVAX starting to work for us back to the downside as well. And we're bouncing off that 3120 on the ES and 8,900 even on the NQ. So we got to pick a direction. But before we get to that, I think we got to talk a little bit to our chat maestra, Valeria. What do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. And hey, viewers, please hit the thumbs up if you like our show. We want to know that you enjoy what we do. Also, hit the subscribe button right under this video. We have lots of cool videos on our channel. Go check it out right after the streaming. Also, we're almost at all social media. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and of course, Twitter. You can find us at tradertv.live. Well, guys, Greg is asking, what's your YOLO trade in the close? Back to you.
YOLO trade. I guess that's very millennial of you there, Greg. What is your YOLO trade going to the close? You want to handle that one? I mean, I'm not going to, like, YOLO trade, you only live once. I don't see anything right now that I would risk my entire day on or your life on. I guess that's what you're supposed to mean there. But that doesn't mean an opportunity doesn't come. We have imbalances that are going to come out in Toronto in a minute. You have in New York, they'll come out in 10 minutes or so. The futures are at 8,900. So I'm not saying there's not going to be an opportunity, but YOLO trade, meaning you're willing to die on a sword for something. Anything there, Sean?
No, look, I just have
YOLO.
winners, so you can YOLO yourself on any of my calls, and good luck on that one. Microsoft right now, that's a 50-cent winner. We talk about YOLO. Do I have any YOLO ideas? Maybe. Just go long. There it is. Microsoft breaks it there. So swish, swish. The Raptors are in the building right now. Thank you very much, JD. We're back every single day. You're going to continue to see winners. Look at this softy, guys. Big time in the money right now. 60 penny winner. You may have not even had that much all day, but we turn our frowns upside down. There it goes. We make your trading day even bigger and better. Beyond Meat is a 50 penny winner. We took out some Zoom as well. We took it out twice. So now we're out and we're free riding Zoom Media now all the way to the close. We took three positions. Well, we took out a third. Now we hold a third and see what we can do. This may be the YOLO trade right here. If Zoom can get going past this little VWAP here, 115.34, then YOLO yourself to death, because this stock may be going upside right now. Zoom into earnings, guys. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, do watch out, of course. Remember when earnings are going to come in, you could see some interest come around at that 350 mark. Certainly when imbalances start to come up. We talked about that McCormick, that MCK. It looks like there's going to be, for the time being, a slight buy imbalance. You see it riding on the high end with the market. So alert on this name at 152.80. That's not the actual high. It did get higher than that in the pre-market, so there is a bit of room to run to the upside there. I'll talk about that meat. It's starting to work in the money continuously for us there, but again, they got to get to 7 even. And NVAX to the short side. It's not a YOLO trade. I'm not going to call it that at all. But if we take out 11 here, this is one that could absolutely die. It's still in the money. I love it down below VWAP. We've added several times here, and unless it breaks 11.35, 11.40, we're going to hang on to this short going into the close.
There's Zoom, guys. Zoom is on fire. This is an 80-cent winner. There's Zoom. There's your YOLO trade. You can see Zoom 114.80. We're long. It just went in the money $1. So we have $1 on Zoom. Look, let's just put our position board up again, just in case you're joining us for the first time right now. Let's have a quick look. Our positions are at the bottom, but you're going to see right now what we're talking about, to be exact. Beyond Meat right now, 40 cents in the money. We'll see about that. We've already taken that trade off multiple times. Microsoft, our long, 168.51, 60 pennies in the money. Zoom right now, 75 pennies in the money. So we're going and we're rocking and rolling right now as we go upside here in the market. We've already taken some off, but here we go. Let's call up the Toronto closes and see if there's anything there.
Yeah, I mean, Toronto just obviously reported theirs 2 minutes ago, so worth a look there. We know we had the interest rate move, just basically following suit with the U.S. there, but you still could see some activity possibly in the Canadian banks. I'm just looking at that MindMed. It looks like it's going to close on the highs here. 76 is the high of the day. It's basically trading at 75. So what a fantastic, obvious 2 days. Of course, opening up yesterday and continuing to rocket ship to the upside, up 85% on the session. I can tell you, despite the fact that you're making that run to the top side, the reason why I wanted to short Nordstrom's relative weakness. It holds 33. Now that we're sliding back down, we're positioned here in a short. It couldn't take the top off, despite the fact that we've been running for the last 15 minutes or so. Here you have a name which is stalling out at the top. And again, I go back to the weakness in the morning. It's our second short of the day on this one. Let's ride it into the close, as it looks like we could be maybe giving a little bit back. Brennan, what do you have for us?
Another little one, guys. X Air. You were talking about Beyond Meats. This is Beyond Air, 7.3% to the upside. But look at this big seller just stepped up, took out 11.50 there, took it all the way down to about 10.80. So big volume spike on X Air, guys.
Hey, come on, Greg. That's a unreasonable question. But that's the thing. It brings us to the point. Check below. You can see what we've taken out of stocks, and judge it for yourself. Some days we just battle each other, but we're battling the market. We don't really care how much we're up individually.
That's the reality. You're in a war, and I heard a trader make that same analogy. It's like battle against the market and battle with yourself as well, and that's the reality. You've got to come to battle every every single day prepared for whatever may come. And it might be your read is good and you execute poorly. You could have all of the right reads in the world, have run into a little bit of bad luck. All these types of things can happen, but you got to be prepared for them. We're always prepared to get interrupted like every couple of minutes by Brennan, because he's always got something. Brennan, what do you got for us, buddy?
Just checking some of the hotels. Marriott catching a bit of a bid heading towards the close. LVS, not so much. It is higher, but only by 2.3%. Marriott is on the NASDAQ. There we go. Yeah, big time buyers coming into MAR, still up 2%, but some of the hotels, travel, leisure stocks catching a bit of a bid, guys.
Who's talking? There we go. We'll punch this. I just want to give you guys an update. We're out of our Microsoft. Look at this out, guys. You want to talk about an out. There it is right there, breaking back down through 169. So not only do we crush that, but that was almost a perfect out with Street Fighter. Whoa, there we go, Zoom Media. So far, guys, I've given you 50-cent winners, 60-cent winners, 70-cent winners. Here's Zoom Media. We talked about that one. Here's my in. And when did we take it? 325. The show has already started there. And here we go, Zoom Media. We're long 114.80. Look where we're at. 116.50, 116.70. This is $1.30 in the money. So there's the winners for you. Hopefully you still have them. Beyond Meat also flossing off right now. Booyah.
Yeah, if you're looking at Sean's chart on Microsoft, and maybe anyone will do, if you're talking about those prints that are coming way off, you're going to see dark pools report block trades or off-market prints all of the time. It'll happen throughout the day. You can maybe edit them out if you want, but you're going to certainly see them come from time to time. Sean talked about the positions working out. Come off about 10 handles on the NQ, and that's going to mean for me, if we're not moving in North, load back in. So we come off that 33. I'm jumping back into more shares. All you get is a little break here, and I think we're headed down to 32.40. For me, it's a patience game. Really, that's the short that I like in that NVAC. So I'm expecting there to be some activity at about 350 or so when you get that last final 10 minutes. So just positioning yourself for that. Sometimes there's nothing. And then other times you do get a little bit of run here, but if you have that risk reward set up, you can take advantage of that run.
Guys, home run times, steps up to the plate, puts on the shares, and here you go, $2 winner right now on Zoom Media. Look at this, guys. Elevation, to say the least. Zoom Media for the win. Let's keep going. Unfortunately, we dropped some off here for 80 cents and 50 cents, but now guess what? $2.10 in the money. I hope some of the traders behind us maybe have this trade. Maybe you do as well, Greg, wherever you are in this world, asking us about this trade. 117, here we go. Zoom Media, we are long 114.75. YOLO trade, you asked for it. There it is. Zoom Media, $2 in the money. Who knows what's going to happen here, but it keeps going up. We're going to hold this into the close. I don't know. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to hold it.
Here's a little bit of a pullback coming in the futures. Not much. We're still above 3,100, so you are watching that. We did get back to that, off of that 8,900. That's why we turned around in the NASDAQ, but still above that 88.60. When we sat down, it was 88.65 that was the current high of the day, and you are seeing us pull back into that range just a little bit here, but the market looking like it wants to come back in just a little bit. Again, remember in 3 minutes we're going to have those imbalances. You never really know if it's going to move the market or not, but if they do come to the sell side, watch out. Certainly after we've made that top, it was just a very, very nice move to the upside that we've seen in the market. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a bit of a dip, some selling. You get 3% to the upside. There could be a little bit of profit taking. We'll see in a couple of minutes here.
You think there would be for sure some profit taking happening. We are out of our Beyond Meat, so that gets an air horn because that was a big trade for us. In, and then we don't let our winners turn into losers. But guys, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Come back to us every single day. We will be here making these trades for you in the last hour of the day. Look, this is the hour of power. So we're going to wait to see here if that does come through. It looks like we made a little mistake on Beyond Meat. It does break through that 101. We're giving us back everything. We didn't take it out the ultimate profit, but we are really happy with the trading so far here on the show, including our Microsoft 168.50 long, cashing that out at 169 for a 50-cent winner.
Sean, I feel like in this MET, these meats symbol, they're just waiting for some definitive news here. So it's turned into as if the deal is firm and is just moving a 10-cent range. So if that's the only scalp it's going to give you, we're heading into the close. I can't hold this forever. We day traders, we can't hold overnight. So as much as I think maybe we could be above $7 and that 760 could have some juice to it, I only have 10 minutes or so. So if it's not going to break the range, we'll have to take the profits that are sitting right here for us, unfortunately. I can tell you that Nordstrom's, that is cooperating. Like we said, the future's coming back to the downside. We're positioned with about a minute to go to the imbalances. I know we're going to jump to Brennan to have a quick look. already getting some profit targets taken out here. We're littered in this consolidation range from 33.70 to 32.50. If we get a real flush and a sell and bounce, we're looking at 32.20s at VWAP.
Yeah, and I just, Zoom Media, we're going to get out of this if it breaks down through 116, and we'll take our $1.50 or so on that one if that does happen. It did get as high as 117 almost, and that was about a $2.50 winner. So we're going to wait to see if this one comes back down. Again, this is how I trade. We just wait for key levels to break. If it breaks through 116, we take our profits and run away because you can see the market now falling back down. I mean, we're still up 4%, but here we go. Looks like it's going to break. There it goes. We get out of that trade for a nice little winner. So we alley-oop that one to the market. Thank you for that little bump up there, and we were able to take advantage on 3 for 3. We've taken 3 positions for you guys, all 3 big-time winners. Hope you guys join us today, but we're ready for the board with Brendan and some imbalances.
Yep, seconds to go.
Hey guys, yeah, a few things halted. First of all, I was going to tell you about some halts, but let's jump into the NYSE closing imbalances. Number 1 up here, CHK to the buy side, big too, 3 million there. BACGESWN, there's that ITUB still hanging out, 1.3 now to the buy side. There's Ford, another little Brazilian ADR showing up here as well to the sell side, 1.1 million. TXOM, Coke to mention a few. But the number 1 up there, CHK, guys, 3 million to buy. Back to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you get some buy action. I'm going to look at Nordstrom's here. It actually ends up being a buy. So as much as you get a bit of your profit target for win, I see it come out the other way. I'm going to quickly take that one off here. So, we'll wash away that trade. This is a situation where if you look at the risk versus the reward, if you have it off of a nice little level you can play off of, it comes out your way, you stand to make more than you're going to lose. I would not be looking at that trade necessarily if it had tremendous upside to the high of the day, but look at it now testing 33 even. We're going to watch Nordstrom going into tomorrow. I think that 33 is going to be a key price area to watch very, very closely. Nothing stood out for me on that board, to be honest with you, Sean. There's just none of the big names really have massive imbalances. I don't think we're necessarily going to get a huge directional move. It's really about where we hold up.
Yeah.
We just got back over 4% on the ES. We just got back to 3120. We just crossed back above 8,900 on that release. So strength is back in the market, at least for today anyways. Tomorrow remains to be seen.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the Toronto imbalances we talked about, there being some banks on there. HBC is there, that's a buyout. BNS is right here. Wow, here we go, futures. So obviously dumping some of our trades there a little too early. The futures ripping up now. Let's see where Softy is, obviously over. Whoa, holy shit. Microsoft 169 and change. I guess our 168.50 was good. Let's check out what Zoom Media is doing right now. Actually, that's okay. And then what else were we long? Oh, Beyond Meat now back up to 101.50. So all of the trades now, big time winners. So catapulting all the nets through. We did not expect this kind of a bump up here. Obviously those imbalances started something. The market now up 4.15% as we go. The Dow continues.
Yeah, they're all buy side, and I think that's a little bit of the story there. Looking at AMD, took out the top, $50 even just now on AMD. We're watching this one all morning long, where the longs around 48 and 48.50. Yeah. $50. So AMD looking very, very strong, up 7%. The party sort of continues to the long side. Thank goodness I got out of that short in the futures. That would have been abject disaster if we hung on to it. A name from earlier on today that I do want to jump back to it. I don't know, you're looking at Beyond Meat. Yeah, I was about to say that we're approaching that 102 area that we're talking about in the pre-market.
Apple 302 right now as we continue to go up. 302 is on the horizon. The high of the day, guys. I mean, Apple, what a beast this stock has been, obviously, in this market correction. We are right back to 302. So, I mean, the demise of the market, I mean, if you think it's coming, this might be a good time to go short because we're basically off nothing. What are we off? 10% or so now if you look back. What the Dow's high was. A big time rally again. We're up 1,300 points on the Dow. So if you're looking to reposition yourself, you may want to raise some capital right now. Who knows what the market's going to do? I guess they're not scared of the coronavirus anymore.
Well, I don't necessarily know if they go that far. If you think about it realistically, the action from the Fed certainly helping the market more more than it's going to help individual people there. I mean, it's going to free up some free cash there. But ultimately, you're looking at a couple of days worth of a bounce if you can't count out today. And you looked early on, we had that other 1,000-point day to the upside. And again, when the buying comes in, you just want to make sure you're playing that trend. That's what it's all about. You can see the massive buy spike volumes, and I'm looking at Apple here around that 302 area.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. We're watching this one in 273 buying opportunities, 280 buying opportunities.
Look at this, man.
Now
It's crazy.
300 back again in Apple.
Yeah, PayPal, another name that we like. This was one of my calls. They did suffer, obviously, but PayPal just right back at it right now, up another 5% today. All the markets going nuts today. So great opportunity. Microsoft all the way up to 169 and change. Some size here on PayPal.
We were long in 116 in Disney today, Sean. 119 we just touched off there. 89.20 here on the NQ. You do have the ES approaching 31 and a quarter. Look, I mean, this is not stopping right now. It's a rally into the close. That's what you're seeing. You're hearing some guys clap in the back, obviously a little bit excited. Yeah. But Brendan, you got something for us?
Banks are strong as well, guys. CFG here, 2.25%, just took the day high out on decent volume. So Citizens Financial, a whole bunch of the smaller regional banks also kind of running into the close here. Big time buy volume, guys.
Yeah, Tim, this is how we do it, my friend. We just keep buying. We keep making that money for us. And this is nothing. Join us at 9 o'clock every day. We do bigger and better things at 9 o'clock, 9 to 12. Yeah, I picked up Disney the other day in my own account. Obviously, I've been raising some capital, waiting for these dips and actually hoping that some of these dips would happen. I got a great price, $115.40. I picked up Disney the other day down here. We're all the way at 120.
$89.40.
I also picked up Apple the other day at 272 in my account. Now you're up to 302. So yeah, we're trying to bottom pick at the same time as raise. Wow, 302.50 at the same time as raise some capital. May log in. We can't do it on the show, but maybe a good time here in the aftermarket to sell some of these shares. What a big move up. The ES is up 4%, guys. So the imminent death of the market
thing with the NASDAQ, of course,
may have to happen later.
Worth noting today, I mean, most days the NASDAQ has been leading the ES. You do see the NQ sort of trailing just a little bit, not by much, but 4.1 to 4.3. So, the NASDAQ trailing a little bit, not by a heck of a lot. If you want to track a couple of names, we haven't talked about Tesla. Tesla's actually trading basically flat right now. So interestingly enough, it's still an interesting price. You can pick this one up at, remember, 600. We're back at 750 now. Watch out, that 780 to 790 range does run into some resistance there. Maybe that's a part of what's happening today, but it's lagging just a little bit.
Shit, so Microsoft.
If the market comes off, maybe we're looking at some sell opportunities in Tesla tomorrow as it's lagging just a little bit.
Yeah, look at this buy. I gave you guys 168.50. Obviously, we dumped it for 50-cent profit. It's $2 in the money, so there's that trade. And there's also Zoom. That was a good one, actually. We got rid of it. It looks to be a good price here heading into earnings. It's kind of just chilling out. Our Beyond Meat right now, not bad either. Obviously, it's still hovering around this area. You can see what's really leading, man. It's Apple, it's Microsoft, it's the tech-heavy names.
Space, right? You get that AMD's moving as well. This is why, I mean, Google, Tesla trailing a little bit there, but you're definitely seeing these strong names. Google up as well.
I hope I didn't have a chance. I hope 3%. I hope I didn't miss a chance to buy some of these names at these depressed values, but we're going to wait to see that, guys. Anyways, 3 minutes to go. Make sure you keep chatting us, keep hitting us up with questions every day. We're going to be back at 3 o'clock. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe. It's a thumbs up, so if you see that on there, hit it so we know that you guys are enjoying the show. Obviously, thank you to Tim today. Great bunch of questions. Thank you to Greg as well.
Get in there.
Andrew, I see your name there about some of those yellow prints, and if you do see those on our time and sales, it's just the prints in between the bid and the ask. So if you are trading stocks that are have a spread of 20 pennies and it prints in between that spread, that will come off on my time and sales, I believe, is yellow. Not sure what they are on Neil's. Actually, no, on mine, they're coming across as blue. I have green, red, and blue. Yeah, I mean, certainly you can do it anywhere. I actually have them come across as white in my time and sales. Any way you want to have it. I'm just looking here at lift, coming off a little bit off that top. So, look, it was very strong, but it is not closing on its highs. But relatively speaking, we talked about Uber, we talked about Lyft. Tomorrow, I'm going to come in recognizing the fact that you did have some significant buying action in this name, trailing back into 40 even. I'd love to see if it can hold above this level going into the close. Very, very close with under a couple of minutes to go here in the markets. I don't see anything jumping off the page for me outside of the fact we're going to close on some highs. Track where some of these names close. Watch out for earnings that are coming out after market. You might want to tune in to see what kind of price action is in store. They once used to say that the market, it stair steps up but falls like an elevator, but I guess that's not true right now. The market back to back, it's been huge this week. We're going to continue to see that today. Again, up 1,400 points on the Dow. Like, hello. The market just keeps going upside here, and what a great time to trade. And that's why I'm at the high of the day for myself, for my personal net. So no mistakes, nothing other than, of course, dropping. I don't even want to look at this anymore. Microsoft, we dropped this when we were long $2 ago, and that wasn't too much long ago. And Zoom Media now back to its day high. Look at this peg that we gave you guys right there. Obviously missing out on that to the top side, but Zoom Media. Follow us on Twitter, man. I post every day. We're ramping that side up as well, but only a minute left.
Yeah, and with just a minute to go in the market, you want to see where these closes come in. It looks like we're going to make a fresh high here at the close. So watch it, maybe 89.50 we get to in about 30 seconds or so. 89.44, we're looking at the NQ. I was looking at that meat stock, no move. So watch for news overnight on that. Actually, just noting Stamp continuing to come back down there. But this is the story here. Closing at 89.50 on the high in 15 seconds or so. It's been an unbelievable market. 4.25 on the NASDAQ, on the ES. You're talking about 4.4%. It is arrows up. This is the way it's going today. It's a very, very strong close. Nothing jumping off the page equity-wise, except for the fact that it's all about that strength.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a few balances being taken, but it's been a good show here. We're just going to wait and see what happens here with Zoom Media earnings. There's going to be a few stocks popping off. What a fantastic day. Look, if you're not making money in these markets, then maybe you got to wait for slower times.
Exactly.
But these have been fun times. The market's been good. Thanks for joining us. We're going to be back tomorrow. Make sure you hit that like button, the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, set a reminder.
Come back 9 a.m. for our 9 to 12 show. We're here all morning long up until lunchtime.
We're talking cars tomorrow for our guest.
Yeah, we have, automotive expert Randy Bucking, our main man. He's going to come through. Awesome guest. Maybe we'll talk some Tesla and some NIO, some electric cars.
Part-time painter.
There.
Yep.
He is the man, also the part-time painter. But look, it's been a fun one. Come back in the morning. Come back at 3 o'clock on YouTube Live for the entire team here. Larry on the social, and of course our chat maestra. And we have Liz, our analyst, who's out of here. Brendan Wickens on the ones and twos, getting us all that information. And as always, for myself, Neil Roberts, and Sean Katina, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. TraderTv.live. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you guys. Oh, and then he's like, I was like, 3 guys already leaving. That's good though. No, it's good. People are like, okay, we're all done. Gotta watch this. You love him, Stan. I wonder how many we had. I forget how many stuff.